Today certainly feels a lot like Christmas to me. So we have now had the Dragon Ball Super Broly film premiere over in Japan. So we have gotten pretty much a good bit of what happens in the movie. We have essentially a full synopsis for the film. We know of many of the major events that take place in the film, what characters' roles are, what characters do not appear in the film. So we're going to go through all of this stuff. We're going to go through all the major points, boom, 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 break it all down. I'm excited. This Broly movie sounds really damn good. Let's jump into it. Now, a lot of this info I'm taking is, again, from all sources. I saw a thread on Kanzenshu. There was a lot of people that were tweeting. I saw some stuff posted over on the Dragon Ball Z subreddit. But a big shout out goes to Ken Zyro. He actually did a stream sort of discussing a lot of the events that took place in the movie, because we had heard like a lot of kind of big details, right? Like, Gogeta shows up, Gogeta victimizes Broly is a key word that I've heard. Gogeta victimizes Broly. Like, we heard a lot of different things, like, kind of like points, plot points or stuff. And Ken Zyro was actually able to sort of kind of get like a full summary and synopsis there. So definitely huge shout outs to the boy Ken Zyro for that. Also, by the way, it does indeed appear that Geekdom 101 video that released several days ago, all of it was true. Geekdom nailed all of that info, completely correct on all of it. That's basically been completely confirmed by everything we've heard from people that were at the screening today. Alright, so jumping in, I'm kind of going to go all over the place. I just want to kind of talk about, some of the more important things that I really liked, kind of give like a, summary of the film. We'll do all of this. So, the first thing I do want to talk about is the fact that it's confirmed now that Bardock does indeed have that final showdown with Frieza. That is a huge sigh of relief to me. Like, I did feel as though maybe oh my god, they're adapting Dragon Ball Minus was a bit overblown. But I do think it would have been bad if it had removed Bardock's last stand against Frieza, because that is something that Frieza mentions directly in the manga. The original Dragon Ball manga, Frieza talks about, like Bardock being in front of him. So if they did not have that, I wouldn't have liked that. And like the Bardock TV special, like the ending, like that, it's just so impactful to me. Like Bardock going up against Frieza, having no chance, and pretty much knowing he has no chance, and then like he has the vision of Goku fighting Frieza and Namek, like just the way all that played out, I've always loved so much. So when we got that trailer and it looked like Bardock, was not going to face off with Frieza, that hurt. But, good news, he is in there. I did hear as well that Frieza does sort of have his proper look. He has his, the armor on as he was depicted in the manga. So that's another really good thing. I know that the beginning of the film is basically a large, Dragon Ball Minus portion, which I think is supposed to go, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. Broly is sent out to like some far off planet. Paragus follows, and then sure enough, Frieza destroys the planet. One important thing that's also answered is the way the trailers sort of framed it. It did appear as though Goku, like they might have kind of retconned it to make Goku the same age as Broly and Vegeta, but that's actually not the case. Goku is indeed younger than both Broly and Vegeta. I think Broly and Vegeta are the same age, and Goku is a few years younger than them. After the Dragon Ball Minus portion of the film is complete, it moves over. I believe it shows adult Broly and adult Paragus, kind of on this sort of, backwater planet or whatever you want to call it. And the two new Frieza soldier characters, one is the green girl, and the other is, what is it? It's like Chile and Lemon or something like that. I'm not too familiar on what their names are completely, but it's, the orange alien dude and then the green alien girl. They show up, they find Broly and Paragus. Eventually, they meet up with Frieza. They head to Earth. On Earth, it's after the Tournament of Power. We see Goku and a lot of the gang, I believe, at Capsule Corporation, and Trunks and Goten discover that the Dragon Balls have been stolen by Frieza's soldiers, and then that kind of, meets up where Goku and Vegeta head to that sort of glacier area, and then that is where Frieza arrives to collect the Dragon Balls, and, Broly and Paragus are with him. Now, I guess Vegeta's, Frieza's wish is indeed to become taller. That is the point of what Frieza wants to wish for. I guess Bulma wants to wish to become younger, so that makes sense to me. When I heard that, I laughed, because I'm like, oh boy, that's like, Toei and Toriyama and all these cats, it's like, listen, we got to keep Bulma as the sex symbol. Hey, she wishes to be younger. Boom, problem solved. Like that. I did like that Bulma's wishes to be younger. Now, when they arrive on Earth, I guess Paragus is the one who has a real hatred for the Saiyans, the way Broly was sent out to the sort of outcast planet the way he was. So Paragus kind of sicks Broly on Vegeta, and then Vegeta and Broly begin fighting for an extended period of time. Vegeta goes up to Super Saiyan God. Apparently during this whole fight, Broly is base form the whole time. Broly does not actually know how to go Super Saiyan yet. He has not unlocked a Super Saiyan transformation. So Broly is just fighting base form as, Vegeta stepping it up, Super Saiyan, going Super Saiyan God, all of those forms. I guess Broly does eventually get the upper hand, so Goku steps in, and apparently Goku fights him, base form, he goes God, Super Saiyan Blue, all of that, and as Blue, I believe Goku does finally get the upper hand, and it's then at that point where Frieza has a flashback. Apparently, it's Dragon Ball Kai footage, I believe, of Goku going Super Saiyan originally on Namek after Frieza killed Krillin. So Frieza, in turn, kills Paragus. And then that is what causes Broly to take the Super Saiyan transformation. And I guess Broly, he is supposedly very similar to how he was in the previous films, like, Beast Form Broly and stuff. He's not very talkative, I guess, because he's not, like, super highly educated, right? It's kind of like how Goku ended up, like, kind of in, like, the woods and stuff. Broly was in a similar situation. The only stuff he knew is stuff that was taught to him by Paragus, right? And then, of course, once he transforms, he's just completely crazy and out of control. Now, after going Super Saiyan, Broly completely trashes Goku and Vegeta. They're done. They've got nothing. I guess Piccolo contacts Goku telepathically, and then Goku ends up using the teleportation or instant transmission to go over to where Piccolo is, and it's there at that point that fusion is brought up, and Piccolo and Goku teach Vegeta how to do the fusion dance, and I guess what happens is they actually do fail the fusion dance several times. It was actually Kenzaro who mentioned that they failed 3 times. I guess one time Fat Veku shows up. One time it's the super duper skinny Veku. Very similar to what happened with Gotenks, right? Where we saw Fat Gotenks and Skinny Gotenks. I guess on the 3rd time, they get close to being Gogeta. I don't know specifically what that means. If there's going to be like a new sort of failed fusion, we'll see. And then on the 4th attempt, they do successfully fuse into Gogeta, who supposedly is in base form. Like, he starts out in base form. Now, while that is going on, Frieza is actually fighting Broly. And it's actually, Broly is about to, land the finishing blow on Frieza. Broly's about to finish Frieza off when Gogeta saves the day. Like, he shows up and actually saves Frieza from being killed by Broly. So that was a surprising thing to hear. Now, I don't know where it is at exactly what point, but at a certain point, Whis does come in, and he does spend a lot of time dodging Broly. So at one point, whatever, I don't know where it is exactly that Whis comes in and just completely dodges Broly while Broly is hitting nothing but air, but that does happen. Now, when Gogeta shows up, supposedly Gogeta, I've heard some kind of conflicting reports on this, so we'll just kind of talk about it. I had heard that Gogeta was going to have base, he was going to have God, and he was going to have Super Saiyan Blue. Now, some people who have seen the film, some of the info we've seen out here, has also said that Gogeta goes Super Saiyan in the movie. And then some people have said that he goes Super Saiyan, then he goes blue. So it's kind of, we know for sure that Gogeta is in base form and he's in blue. And then there's almost sort of conflicting reports on if Gogeta goes red, the Super Saiyan God form, or normal Super Saiyan. So that's pretty interesting. Now, apparently the fight between Broly and Gogeta is absolutely incredible, like absolutely amazing. Gogeta does pretty handily win, though. I believe he does beat Broly down really badly. And Gogeta is about to finish Broly off when the green alien girl actually uses the Dragon Balls and she wishes to save Broly. So right as Gogeta's final attack is about to finish Broly off, Broly is, moved from Earth all the way to the planet that he grew up on, thanks to the power of the dragon. Now, I believe it then kind of skips several days later, where we see Broly on the planet with the two Frieza soldiers, the orange dude and the green girl. Now, one thing I do want to go back and talk about, too, is that this is interesting that Gogeta's fusion, like, this finally, we have it where it doesn't sort of run out. It's not, poof, oh no, the fusion's gone, what are we going to do? We used too much power. Looks like that doesn't happen. Gogeta comes in, beats him down, and then we don't actually even see Gogeta defuse. It's just the scene, it sort of ends when Broly is kind of wished away. So I was a huge fan of hearing that. And then I guess the ending, the climax of the film, is Goku again uses the instant transmission. He finds out where Broly is, and he actually comes with some capsules full of like food and a house and things that have been prepared by Bulma, and he gives those to Broly and says that he wishes to fight him again. And then he also introduces himself as Son Goku, or Kakarato. So this is one of the first times that Goku he really kind of accepts his Saiyan heritage or whatever. I thought that's a good thing that they're putting in here. And sure enough, the film does end with Broly having survived all of this. So if Dragon Ball Super is going to return or whatever, we are going to probably have Broly take a big role in this, because Broly is alive. Broly is out there. I really, really do like that. Now, a couple of odds and ends to get to real quick before we finish up. Beerus, I guess, is babysitting Bra during the film. At one point, Goku specifically mentions that Broly is definitely stronger than Beerus, which is very interesting to me, because if Broly is definitely stronger than Beerus, and then Gogeta completely sits Broly down, then, we know what Gogeta versus Beerus would be. Gogeta would be able to wash Beerus. So that's interesting. I do want to hear that dialogue said, though, by Goku, because, that was one of the things that did kind of jump off the screen towards me. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. What do you mean Broly's stronger than Beerus? That's surprising. I did not, expect to see that. Another, kind of big thing, too, is that there is no Ultra Instinct, no Kaioken, and Vegeta does not go Evolution Blue during the course of the film. So a lot of that Tournament of Power stuff does not reappear. I do like that they did not bring UI, Ultra Instinct back to save the day. We could, go back to that at some point later on in the future. I'm fine with that. No Kaioken, that's fine. I think I probably would have liked it if Evolution Blue Vegeta had showed up, though. I guess we're just going to say that's kind of Vegeta's version of Ultra Instinct or whatever. He's really pushed to his limits in that Tournament of Power. So we'll see how they kind of address that in the future. And then, of course, there is also the kind of cameo mention of Cooler. I think that's pretty interesting. A soldier or something says that, Frieza's brother, Cooler, is taller than him. So which might kind of impact, what Frieza's wish wants to be, where he wants to become taller. So there we go, guys. There appears to be a large chunk of info pertaining to the Dragon Ball Super Broly film. It sounds amazing. From all reports, the animation, the way the film looks, is absolutely spectacular. So, of course, I cannot wait to see it. Thanks, y'all, for watching. Let me know what y'all think of everything. Again, you guys know that this is, mainly a Dokkan channel. All this stuff coming to Dokkan is going to be so crazy. Thanks, y'all, for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next one. This was pretty wild. I cannot wait to see this film, whenever we do finally get the chance to see it. Woo! Damn, did this movie sound good.